Hi guys, welcome to the video. This video is going to be about rigging a Laser 4000. It ended up being quite long, so what I've done is down below you'll be able to see along the progress bar. I've split the video up into sections, so if you're just looking for something in particular then you'll be able to cut to that section now. And obviously if you're just after the full guide then watch as you normally would. And I hope you enjoy the video. So, the channel has been renamed from the Cat Lads to Bexhill Beach Boys, mainly because I sold the cat. I thought that made quite a bit of sense. Today we're going to be doing a rigging video of a Laser 4000. It's sort of to be used in conjunction with the stuff on the Laser website. There's loads of information on there about the tuning stuff. I'm not going to go into the tuning really in this video. This is just sort of a basic rigging guide, and what to do when you first get the boat. I'd really recommend joining the 4000 Class Association. My experience here in the UK is a really good group of guys. Obviously we're still in lockdown, so I've been to an event, but really helpful, really knowledgeable about the boat. So yeah, I'd recommend joining up there. There's loads of different events they do. So I'll include a link to the website in the description. And then yeah, so take a look at them. But yeah, as I say, this video is just going to be about sort of the basic rigging guides, because I didn't really see a lot on YouTube, so to sort of help you get started. So hope it's helpful. Okay, so the first thing we want to make sure we've got is a clear mast step. All the ropes are out of the way. We've got the boom back there. Yeah, just want to make sure everything's ready to get the mast on. So you want to get the mast into what I'll call an organised mess. So at the minute we've got the mast laying on its side. So we've got the shroud wires coming down here. And so this is obviously, when you're looking at it that way, the left hand side of the boat. So those two shrouds go onto here, and then on this side you've got the two shroud wires coming here. Now you've got the main shrouds which come from the spreaders halfway up the mast, and then these intermediate shrouds which will go over, and they go both into these ones. See the big one on the outside, the intermediate on this inside ring here. You want to make sure that in front of the shrouds you've got, this is your jib, so it's the jib up pull, and that's where the jib mounts. We'll show you pulling up the jib. Okay, so halfway up the mast you're going to want to make sure that the shrouds are behind your spinnaker halyard, which will come up from this main block. The trapeze wires, but they sort of sit on the outside anyway, and then you've got the jib halyard, they will go back to the front. So you want to make sure that they are forward of your shroud wires, if you're going to go back towards here. Okay, so now we're going to briefly look at pulling the mast up. So you want to make sure that you've got no one around you except for the people that are obviously helping you get it up, because if it does go wrong you don't want it landing on anyone. So yeah, you just want to make sure your area is clear. Here what I'm doing is just making sure all my ropes are clear, nothing's going to snag on anything. You want to make sure that you've obviously got your spinnaker halyards and your trapeze wires forward of the mast. And so what's happening here is Dom in the blue t-shirt is going to hold the mast down onto the step. Rupert in a white jumper is going to support the load of the mast with the trapeze wires, and me in the red t-shirt, I'm going to walk the mast up the boat. You want to make sure you've got something underneath the boat as well when you step onto it, just to make sure you don't get any scratches on the bottom of the boat. So while we're fiddling around with the mast, making sure that it's completely home in the step of the mast. So there's a slot
on it, which you'd have seen earlier in the video. So you want to make sure that the mast is sitting firmly in that step, and then once you're certain of that, make sure all your shrouds are together. Just come and loop the trapeze wires onto the front of the trolley.
Okay, so typically the first thing you do when you come down to get the boat ready is put the jib up, because there's no forestay on the 4000s. So I just use my trapeze wires to hold it up. So the first thing you want to do is make sure that the halyard's not tangled at the top. Then we've got our shackle here. This will go through the loop at the top, and then this gets reversed, so that's on a roller. And then that'll go through there, through there. Screw in the shackle like that. Check again it's not tangled. Then full stay. You're going to want to move your ropes from the spinnaker. This is obviously spinnaker downhaul, and the halyard as well. Move those out of the way for now. Still making sure the halyard stays at the front. And we're going to attach this part of the jib. To the side of the boat. Got our jib halyards coming from down the mast here. Pull the jib up. And then you'll see that this metal part comes out front of the boat. And obviously before we do this, we're going to make sure the boat is pointing into wind. Then we're going to get this white rope here, which is our jib tensioner. Put that on like that, and you'll probably have a tensioner part or sticker on the mast. Like I said, I'm not going to get into tensioners in this video, but I'm just going to pull it on like that. Nice wind shift. So yeah, I'll hold it on like that. And then we're just going to tidy up this jib halyard. Put it into the bag on the Spinnaker chute. Okay, so now we're going to do the jib sheet. There's quite a few different ways you can do this. This is the one I personally do. So we're going to start by tying a bowline into this block here. And obviously the smaller the knot is the better, because it just gives you more jib to play with. And we're going to work our way along to the end of the rope, through one of the blocks in the jib, around there, and the rope's going to come back down to here, through the block here, and there is a block underneath this beam for the racks here. It comes around there, and then it will come out through here. So then this side will come through here, then we're going to come across here. So in a reverse order, come back through the block underneath the beam, through the block here. Then this will go to the other block on the jib, through there, and back round here, tie for the bowline. There you go. With this method, you don't have to join in the jib in the cockpit, travelling a bit better, because no matter what rope you do, they tend to always come apart. So yeah, there you go, that's your jib sheet. Okay, so the boom is it's quite special, it's the 4000. It stays on the boat. So basically got two connecting points that go onto the mast. There's this one here, and there's this one that joins up there. So we're going to do this one first. Just hold it up there. I'm going to insert the pin into the top of it. So, and then they just sort of spin round. Right, that's it. Like that. So then they can't come back out the top. That's locked on there. Then we're going to attach the Gnav. Up to the top one. Might have to stand on the boat to reach up to it. So then one person's going to hold it. I'm going to lift the boom back here. So that's attached now like that. And the last thing we've got to do is this block here, which forms the kicker of it. This is going to attach to this shackle here, just above the bottom connecting point on the boom. Loop in there. There you go, like that. Everything, I advise all these cleats, these sharp edges and stuff, to wrap them round in tape, just because the Spinnaker can really rip on absolutely anything. So any sharp edges, mainly the sort of the pins, the shackles and things like that, just wrap them round in tape. That will stop the Spinnaker from cutting them. Okay, so the racks again. What we're going to do is you're going to set them. So on the Laser 4000, the Class Association website, there will be the settings that you have to set your racks to, depending on your crew weight and your helm weight. If you're a lighter crew, then you'll probably have your racks further out, but you'll have to have these weights under this bar here. And also if you're a heavier crew, you won't have any of the weights, but your racks will be further in. Yeah, really important if you're going to be competing, an open meeting, or any sort of 4000 event, but it basically makes the boat fairer. So what we're going to do is these racks, I've already set up my trampoline under here, so it's tight when I pull them out to the setting that I have them on. They're normally quite small, but they do come out in the end. Ones typically go on to the back ones, and they support the hiking strap as well. So just a sort of a split ring connection. I normally push them out like this, line them up with one of the holes here. Slide them in. So we just put this ring back on, and now hold them like that. And the front ones, these are loose. I normally keep them in this pocket here. But similar story, there's pins like this, so they'll come out. I normally have the rings facing backwards, again to avoid sort of spinnaker tear. Line up your hole. Slot through. And just put this connector back on. And then I'd tape those as well if I'm doing a race, just to avoid being caught on the spinnaker. Also the crew is passing through this area quite a bit, so they catch them on their wetsuit or something. So again, just take them off, makes them nice and secure. Okay, so now we're just going to attach the rudder to the boat. Move it out, and it's just a very simple rudder, pretty much the same as any other asymmetric. Slide on like that, then you've got a split ring attached on the back of here, which goes through this top pin tool here. Basically stops it sliding out if you invert. Yep, so that's a very easy one. It's a extension there. Then we've just got butterfly nut here. I normally tighten mine up, keep it out of the way when I'm on the beach. Just make sure I don't scratch it on any of the stones. So yeah, that's the rudder. Okay, so we've swapped it round now. So we've managed to get our halyard round the block. So just to reiterate, it comes down the mast, round this block here, out, round this block under the spinnaker chute here. This block just down there. Then it comes back round through the cleat, round this, and then into the bag, and it attaches to the retrieval point. So I'm just going to pull the spinnaker up now. And we've attached our sheets as well. You want to make sure you do this pretty much last, just because it's got to be round the outside of your shrouds, these hump wire, and your jib sheets. But also making sure that the sheets for the spinnaker aren't sort of wrapped around each other. Anyway, I'll put it up and I'll show you. So quite a bit of trouble, but I'm basically going to show you. So we've got our spinnaker sheets here, which go just a little clue with the sail. They're just spliced on there. They're pretty self-explanatory. Obviously got completed off in here. So our retrieval line comes out of this sock. It's coming out of the chute here, and really you want this coming from underneath the sail, so I've actually put it wrong here, but you want that going underneath the sail, so whichever way it's basically the sail is, it's not going to get caught up around here like this. But you can see there it's going through the first, second retrieval point and then up to the top retrieval point. So that basically goes to the loop. And I'm going to talk briefly about the wingman, which controls the direction of the spinnaker pole. So I'm on this side here. Spinnaker, the hem will put on the wing wan. As you can see, I've pulled it in all the way on the port side. I'm just going to pull it towards the starboard side. And similar story, and bang that cleat off. Pull it all the way on the port side. So I've pulled it in on the starboard side, and it's pulled it right the way around to the port side. So basically you want to pull it in on whichever side is the leeward side. So unfortunately our mast has encountered a few problems at the top. The casting that holds you tie the halyard in place has unfortunately disintegrated over winter. So I'm very sorry, but I can't give a detailed sort of tutorial on how to properly hoist the mainsail. But you can see here this rope that goes to the top there you go, there, the shackle's here for it, and then this bit down here is meant to be tied to the top of the mast. But basically the mainsail is shackled onto here, and it's actually quite far up the boat because it obviously has to come past that bar. But up there where you see that metal casting, that slot in the mast is where you have to slide in the mainsail. It's a two-man job, but it essentially goes up exactly the same as just any other asymmetric boat. And really you want someone standing on the boat pushing the sail up the mast from there, and then it comes down to the bottom here, it comes out the mast and goes into this block like this. There's the end of it there, you can see. You can pull in that block. Let's just uncover that for you. There you go. So it comes out the mast around here. So that's the slot that it comes out the mast. It goes into that cleat there, through this block here, and then you pull it in like that, and then it will pull the mainsail up the mast. So thank you for watching. I hope you found this video useful. Don't forget to leave a comment if there's anything you disagree about, or anything you want more help on, and I'll be sure to reply to that. But don't forget to leave a like if you've enjoyed this, or a dislike if you haven't. But yeah, subscribe also and hit the bell icon. So I'll be coming out with videos like this more frequently. So yeah, just keep an eye on it. So thank you for watching, and see you later.